him from office. The second was to send him to jail. He's gone, and he's going away, and so we satisfied our objectives. I can tell you this, that if there was conduct that we could prove, in addition to what we did charge, we would have charged it. So I'm very confident with both the results of the investigation and with the results of what we set out to do.
So there's nothing else to come from this? So no other individuals that might have been doing something illegal that you found out about?
Well, I'll only say this because we've already referred to it elsewhere, that with respect to the transaction involving the Shark Bar, both my office and the Office of Attorney General Comartin are continuing to review that. We're not going to say more about that, obviously, because we're reviewing it, and we don't talk about ongoing investigations and ongoing reviews. We're going to take a look at that now that this piece of the case is done, and we'll see where that takes us.
Is there a federal part of that, potentially, of the giving of the bribe?
Well, there is this, that a giving of a bribe and accepting of a bribe are part of the same statute. So they are both subject to a 5-year statute of limitations. So there is no way that we can charge anyone else federally with respect to the Shark Bar transaction. But as the Attorney General and I have indicated over the last several years, the reason we've cross-designated prosecutors from one office to the other is so that our prosecutors can team up with the Attorney Generals and work in state court and vice versa. And so this is a team effort. Part of the case has gone forward in federal court. If there is a second part, it will go forward in state court, but we'll do so as a partnership.
The Shark case is still open.
Shark case is still open.
Mr. Lisi, while we have you here, can you just give us an update on Warwick?
What?
Can you tell us what's going on there?
We got it. Someone's got it. Thank you.
Person that cares about people, cares about the state, is concerned with people's well-being, as my record would indicate. But I know that this case, as the judge said, look, a lot of the 22 years that I've done, the work that I think I've done, but hopefully this ends one chapter of my life, but hopefully we get a new chapter. And you guys give no room to hope. And again, sell people to get and I'll try to get that.
You would like to hear what you said inside. Say that here.
Again, because of where I came from, the first thing I came to go to college, the first thing I came to do coming up from the expectations and a lot of things of possibly making it, and I terribly struggled. And that is one of the because of my conditions. And I also know that it's not who I am or sport, but I think it's something that's not I think about what the judge said. How that is because there's good and there's bad, it's in all of us, the devil's in this world. But I need to work on whatever first I have to, as I did today, and I've done before, accept responsibility for it, apologize, apologize actually seemed a lot of time, and the compassion person in me is bothered. I'm out of that office, and I know that they've done some wrongs. I mean, I know Bill Murphy talked about it. I mean, it's almost like I know they talk about
Hello? Yes, I am. Well, that's because Walt's not here. I don't know where Walt is. He has a microphone. Can you get Walt over here? They want this sound. Walt has my microphone. I need him over here. Who has it?
Walt. And I hope that this doesn't create so much more cynicism that would keep good people from running for elective office. It's important that you have to have good people running for elective office, because I think more than any commissions or ethics commissions or whatnot, that's what's going to change.
Mr. Murphy talked about when you were sitting at the desk and you were bills piling up, and that's when you did it. When was that?
Oh, this was over a course of time, as you know from the. It was like I went in there, took $100,000 out of the bank. It was bit by bit by bit by bit. You sit there.
there, as a lot of people do. You see bills mounting, you figure, how do I pay for the bills? And I did something very stupid. I transferred money from a campaign account for personal expenses, and it prevented me, in retrospect, from making the hard choices about you make choices, and people in Rhode Island make choices, get a different car, get a smaller house, make those choices. Yeah, obviously I had issues going on with the care of my mother, so it made transporting her very difficult, but still, it's no excuse. There's no excuse for that, and that's what I wanted to convey to the court today, and I hope to all of you that I'm conveying today. There's no excuse for my behavior, and I'm very, very sorry.
Were there other times?
All the good and bad things that you did. The judge touched on to figure that out, but how do you reconcile?
At this point on this sidewalk, I can't reconcile that, but I guess I'm going to have some time to think about that. And so maybe get back to me in 36 months.
How have you prepared yourself?
I don't know, just trying to stand up about it and go into court and not try to make excuse or woe is me, but just stand up as I've tried to do through the whole process, not put the government to one more minute of time or expense than they have to, and own up to it. And I think that's how I've prepared for it, is that I'm ready, willing, and able to own up to it, as I was when they came into my house that morning, and just tell me when and how's the best way to do it.
And for prison?
That I not thought about, but I'm sure I'll be thinking about that in the next few weeks a lot.
Gordon, a lot of people, I got to tell you, a lot of people they don't believe that was the only bribe that was accepted. What do you say to them?
The government has looked at me and looked at me and looked at me, and I think the government would not be in the position of bringing this case to closure if that were not the case.
So there were no other bribes?
No.
What are you going to do when you get out of prison 3 years from now? Have you thought about that?
If you have any ideas, send them my way. I have no idea.
You talked about teaching kids?
You mean I've been volunteering, teaching young kids over at Needham Street, and I must say that in a lot of ways over the past few months, it's been a wonderful thing to do that I didn't even realize how much I enjoyed. So I know that Bill thinks that maybe I have a talent for that, but I don't know in terms of where I'm going to go. One thing I know is that I don't have my law license. It's what I've been for the last 20-something years, so that's life-changing as well as all of this, and it's made things difficult.
Have you,
and
Gordon,
so I'm
Gordon,
trying to figure out where to go.
Gordon, 38 Studios. Are you done talking about 38?
I'm not commenting on 38 Studios.
have you, would you say you assisted in the government's investigation? Are there any other people they're investigating that you
I
assisted
couldn't
in?
comment on anything like that. Okay.
Thank you, Gordon.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gordon.
You probably
We asked him about fucking Larry Berman sometimes. I said,